Beating the track pin out. He's going. I wish I had the money to buy a pin press. Got her on the run now. Oh, the things you got to figure out how to do when you're by yourself. I missed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Her gloves. You like my punch holder? Okay, now we got to get through there, and then the track will come into. 20 minutes of swinging and heating, and we got the master pin out. You know the master pin, see that dent in the middle of it there? And I didn't know that till I talked to a guy named Jim Deteshion on PA, because I never, you know, any dozers I ever had were new enough, or I don't know, they just had alligators on them. Jim says, I don't think you can get that out there by yourself. I had to show Jim. We got her. Now I got to get my punch out there. Probably dry ice that pin, put it back in there. All right, back up. about the 850B I did, where I just pulled the, I put the blade down and this would come up, but the track frame is bolted down back here too. This one's not going to do that, so I was wrong doing that. Just having, this is the first 650G I've ever done. So this is where it's traveling. So this is the part we don't want the rod pitted out on. So we just need to just let her back down and dig the seals out of that, and she should be, put seals in it and we should be good to go. These guys use this thing maybe 10 hours a year, and they said, you know, if we start using it, you know, real heavy, like, we'll put sprockets and pads and rails on it. But he said, I'm not for 10 hours a year, I'm not going to worry about that. I don't blame him at all. I wouldn't spend the money on it either. All right. I'll have to get some dry ice for the pin. How hot are they? They cool down. And track tension cylinder. I know that sucker there is going to be hot. You notice I got a fire extinguisher right on the back of the service truck. This dry rye here, boy, don't take much to catching on fire. You got to be careful when you're heating stuff up on this kind of stuff. Catch the whole countryside on fire. And that pin's still hot and it's laying up against them, laying up against that stuff there. Bare metal, that's what we want it laying on. Okay. So those seals are in here, in this barrel. Let's see if I can get my camera propped up here. Mike can get a kick out of this. I decided to video this. It's just up here. I wasn't gonna video it, and then hell, I haven't made a video in a couple of days. It'd be a good thing to make a video. All the cat experts can get on here and tell me how I'm doing it wrong. Alright, where are the seals at? Decipher what's a seal and what's not a seal in there. Hard to tell. Good pick out. Dust seal where it's pretty well gone. Okay, so there's the dust seal. This will be your piston seal here. Pick just broke. Yeah, it just broke. Got a little bigger, heavier one here. That's like a backup ring or something there. Yeah, it's a scarf cut backup ring. Here's the piston seal here. Yeah, there it is. Just kind of see where it was blown out. It's not really blown out. The lip's just flat. There's no real lip to it anymore. Well, get new seals, and what it was doing is the grease was just, he's pushing the grease in here, and the grease goes on this end, and the piston seal sit back here, so that grease is supposed to hit that and then come out against the end of this rod, and then, well, you know, it's going to shove that piece and shove that front idler forward to tighten the track up. But instead, it was just coming right out the end of it here. It was just coming right out the end, coming past that seal and right out the end of it. So, actually this end, I'm on the wrong end. It was coming out this end here. Actually, you know what? You know, I think that piston seal was okay. This is broke. Oh, that's what's wrong with it. Well, there you go. That's broke. Okay, well, that'd be the problem. Let me get something and clean that grease out of there. That's what's wrong with it. That, because usually you'll see a piston seal and it'll be rotted out and the lip will be completely gone. That's what was kind of confusing me there. I wasn't seeing that, and now I see why it was coming out the end. Okay, can you see that? Where the whole end of that cap is busted out of there. What is that? Can't tell what the hell that is. Yeah, so the grease will never, it'll never do anything. The grease is just gonna, you know, it's gonna come up against the seals and it's just gonna shove the grease out of this end of this arm here. See where the cast is all broke there? Okay, well, I know what I need to do now. Let me get a serial number. And I haven't made the D7F video, the sequel to it, or whatever you want to call it, the next chapter, because I can't get the guy down on his price. And he wants too much for it, to be honest with you, and he's probably gonna not like that when he hears the video, but I already told him that. and I'm not gonna run the guy down. He's a good friend of mine, good friend, a damn good customer, and maybe have to sit down and drink a bottle of whiskey together, and maybe we can figure something out. But I just don't see, you know, I just can't make any money with it set where he wants the price at on it. And by the time I go through the converter, and you know, you got to figure in your time and what you're going to have in for parts, and I'll have 5,000 by the time I pull that converter, completely go through it, put it back in there. What's happened is the converter seals are leaking internally, so the scavenge pump can't keep up with the leak off that's inside the converter. So then it overfills the converter, and then the converter gets hot, and then it pushes the oil out the shaft there, the shaft seal. So anyways, a short little video here about a John Deere 650G.